Hello, Nine Diet colleagues. I hope you're ready for I'm hoping this is a thought-provoking video for you because I've been thinking a lot about who we are as providers and how we do, what's our framework for our sessions. And knowing that is going to give you the flexibility to be able to then go with your client's flow and start where they're at. So here's your host, Tracy Brown, somatic dietitian and attuned eating specialist, and we are going to talk today on what is it that you structure your work around. So I want to give you at least 5, and if I think of more, I'll put it there. But I know 5 things for sure that I know about what our clients need to get some full, recovered status, and whether it's disordered eating, diet culture, whatever. And I'll tell you why. And then how all of that works to help you feel like you're not in session 3, you're like, I don't know what to do next, so what do I say? And so that's really important. And I think that once you have confidence in the overall structure, have containment of the overall structure of what you offer, without it being a step-by-step process, what you'll find is that you can kind of go back and forth between the pieces in your structure and your containment to feel confident and to help lead people where they need to go. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I was thinking a lot about this, and I'm thinking, I've had a few days to think, because y'all know I went to some training, and so there were lots of nights I was up late and early in the morning thinking, because my brain was in a good way. I finally had some space to really think about what's going to happen going further with my practice, how I do supervision and teaching with other dietitians and coaches and nutritionists to provide body-based care and to move out of so much cognitive and even more into the body. But anyway, as dietitians, coaches, nutritionists, our job, we do have a role a lot in education. So that role won't change, and it needs to be in there. But there's a time and a place for it, and definitely most of us overuse it. Most of us do. All right, but anyway, I want to go to the 5 kind of pieces that I use within my, how I counsel. And so see where, maybe you do some of these things too, or if this is new for you, great, let me know below, and we'll talk more about the nuances of that. If this is yeah, I do that, good. I'm glad that, and if you feel like that's been successful, share with us down below. So let's get started. All right, so of course, I'm going to just jump with the education piece. So actually, I'm going to back up a second. With the whole containment of what I do is informed by a non-diet approach. You can call it whatever acronyms you want. There's health at every size, intuitive eating. I use attuned eating. I use this idea of knowing that some people eat based off what's happening in their nervous system, but all of that obviously is the opposite of nutrition education in the old sense of eat this and eat that. So that's the overall containment, as I come from a non-diet approach. So that's one. And a lot of you here are already doing that. You're already lots of steps ahead of helping people with any kind of not regulated sense of hunger and fullness and being in their bodies and all that. Number 2 is that yes, we do provide the education that people need around how the body uses food and physiology and sleep and self-care and need for connection and compassion and all those things. Again, that's education too that we are providing people. So so you have 1, your non-diet model. Number 2, education that needs to be in there. So again, you might all be doing that. So that's really important. 3, and this is where I see most people I work with have that on board. But the next 3, some people are already there. Some people are working their way there, and I think that this is important. So 3 would be the dynamic around learning what the food, the body, and the behaviors are saying around the function of all of that. So anytime people are having any food or body talk, binging, purging, whatever they're doing, that's always 100% of the time. I feel fat. That's 100% of the time a doorway in for you to explore what all of that is saying about their inner world. It doesn't mean they're doing therapy on it, but you're opening that out because it doesn't match. Let's say somebody's hunger and fullness. It doesn't match me somebody's physical food needs. It doesn't match the reality. And once you start to help people understand that all of that food and body talk is a function, it has a function of either being somebody, preventing annihilation, protection, whatever it is. If you're able to just see that and show them that, that's super important. So that's my third framework of like in the containment of everything I do as a nutrition therapist and a coach. That's part of everything I do as well. 4, being able to like head off the pass, triggers, and helping people look ahead for what situations those might be. And I use the word triggers lightly. I usually, because I think it's overused, and even, I don't know, there's something about that word that feels a little like, I have a little unease about. I haven't fully explored that for myself, but it's like, I think it's just so overused, I get like, oh, okay, got it, everything's a trigger. And that's true, but recognizing that where are we struggling with either too much or not enough. That's the way I frame it. And helping people in their daily, weekly, monthly, ahead lives to help them not feature trip so much and get out of their heads, but know that like, okay, I have a way to help contain that and care for that as well. So that's the 4th part of the work that we can do. And number 5, which is why I think a lot of you maybe are attracted to me in this group, is because I know that honestly, cognitive behavioral is woefully inadequate in helping people fully recover. We need relationship with safe others, and we need relationship with like what's happening inside ourselves, so the somatic. So basically being able to use a bottom-up approach to be able to work with the body, bring the body into treatment, bring the body into the conversation all the time. Even if you're weaving back and forth, like some relational, emotional, cognitive, that's all great. It's part of it. But when I'm on Facebook, honestly, and I'm looking at the groups, and I'm looking at what people talk about, everybody's looking for strategies and tips of how to tell people more, how to feel more okay with their bodies, or what to say. It's like, we're missing it. We're trying to come at a body-based issue through the intellect, and that only just goes so far. So all 4 pieces I just discussed with you are things that I've been doing for like now 13 years, and in the last, like at the initial, and in the last 8, I've been bringing more this, like, what is the body saying in every interaction, using the body, playing games. When I say games, like, playing catch, doing all kinds of fun stuff, sometimes in treatment or in session when I'm working in person with somebody. When it's more virtual, I play with some other things too. But being able to engage our social engagement systems, being able to track the body, when you can do that, you're not so reliant on like, okay, in the moment, they're feeling this thing, and they're telling me for the 12th session in a row that like nothing is working and helping them, and we're starting to get like freaked out. You've hit your limit of what cognition can do. So I hope this helps you. Think about and so with all those 5 things that are in my like treatment philosophy, those 5 structures, within that leaves me a lot of room in every session to just let the client show up how they are. And there's direction in every session, even if it looks like that, it's taking a half hour to get there. That's okay. We're getting where, and sometimes it's like, we're setting up goals, and maybe we're doing some meal planning, and maybe we're doing some stuff, but it's based on being able to weave in and out all these 5 things. In some sessions you use all 5 guideposts, let's say, that I use. Sometimes I'm using 1 or 2, but it's not a free-for-all. There's knowing like what is needed in this moment with where a client can show up mentally, physically, emotionally, in the session, and what I need to like keep moving forward, even if it's a millimeter at a time. So I see some people live here. I would love to hear if you have any thoughts about this, because I don't just want to be talking to myself. If you have any thoughts about how, if you thought about, okay, what am I including? I did include in here earlier about the function. A lot of that is the body image decoding work in that part of it as well, which I teach in non-diet counseling skills And later on, probably this fall, I'm going to be doing the somatic work, where it's just, we're doing all body. You know, I'm not going to be doing a lot of cognitive emotional, but since my first course is about how to use not just motivational interviewing, but also the relational piece and the decoding piece. So that's all in that first 12 weeks. The next course I'm going to do is going to just simply bring in all the cognitive and how to bring that all back. Because we need know how to do it all. Like, again, you don't want to be the only one. I tend to be the only one on my team of people that does any somatic work. And frankly, when it's exhausting to be the only one. So I highly encourage you to know how to do this, but to know how to educate the people on the team, whether it's like the parents or the therapist, about like some stuff that you're seeing happening in the physiology, to be able to, especially, some people, this is not as necessary, but if you have people who are long-term clients who have complex trauma, developmental stuff, whatever, you're going to need a whole team of people. Don't just be relying on yourself. I mean, it's just not going to work. It's going to be too long a journey and too stressful for them to stick with that. You need a whole team of people who are on the same page. So anyway, that's a video for another day. But if you have any other comments, if this is like, whoa, what are you talking about? Let me know. We can break it down. I probably will turn this into a blog post and kind of write out a little bit more, even in the nuance of it. But there we go. This video, again, one last thing. This video was supposed to come out yesterday. I was having all kinds of issues with my phone, so it didn't happen. But I do plan on doing videos twice a week, so Tuesdays and Thursdays for now this summer. I've kind of planned out just kind of education series that you all came to this group for nuanced work, and that's what I want to provide for you. And so I do need your feedback. I need to hear like what you're interested in, where you're getting stuck, and let's break it down for not just from the cognitive emotional, but some of the deeper work as well, which all this is deep. So anyway, I'm rambling because I don't want to go faster than the slowest pieces of us can go. So I'm gonna let this video digest. Put any questions down below, I'll answer them. And that will probably provide some good spin-off discussions, via text or some more video. So, all right, hope you all have a great day. I'm so happy that we're all here together, that you bring your wisdom to me and to this table as well, because that just grows me and how I can offer something more back to you. So thank you so much, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.